So from what you saw and experienced, do you believe that there could be a connection between overpaying for a hotel in the inaugural process and what they're looking at in New York?
I think there is most likely definitely a connection, Chris. And as you said earlier, the facts speak for themselves in black and white.
Alan Weisselberg, you did not deal directly with him, but from what you understood, what was his role and how important was it?
You know, Alan Weisselberg's name never came up once during the planning of the presidential inauguration. And so when the deposition was released that I've been a lead witness for the United States Attorney General, District of Columbia, I was astounded that all the inaugural invoices, audits were sent over to Alan's office, to the Trump Organization, which is the parent company for all of Trump's entities. You know, Ivanka in her deposition refers to it as the umbrella company. You know, Don Jr. refers to it as, you know, another brand name. But it is the Trump org that rules roost. And the chickens have come home to roost. And the facts are the facts. And so now that he is no longer president, he's going to have to answer these questions.
You talk about the deposition. I know that one of the aspects of it is an email of Weisselberg asking for detailed inaugural revenue breakdowns. Doug, if you'd be so kind as to send me the latest report reflecting all revenue broken down by its sources, as well as a detailed disbursement schedule by vendor, it would be greatly appreciated. What insight did you gain in looking at the deposition about what that meant about what Weisselberg knew?
Look, I'm sitting here today, Chris, 3 years in. It's taken over my life, this investigation, as a lead witness, grand jury subpoenaed from the Southern District of New York, all the way, you know, to the Intelligence Committee and now the USDC. It is really alerting and alarming that the Trump Organization's role in not only being paid by the PIC, the Inaugural Committee, inflated prices, not market rates, which they insist, but as well as having authority over the finances of the $107 million. I was there. I was, you know, calling this out then 3 years ago, actually 5 years ago. But really, you know, 2018, I was calling out the inconsistencies, the irregularities. I had a big issue with all of them. And because of that, you know, they threw me under the bus. But the reality of all of that is they actually put me in the center of all of this. And I had spent 3 years trying to figure it all out and connecting the dots and helping prosecutors, not because I wanted to, but because I was subpoenaed to do so.
So if the former president were to say, you know what, Wolkoff has it right. Weisselberg did know all of it. He was in charge of it. He was watching the money come going out. I was busy being president. What is the chance that the former president was aware of what kind of bilking and different things were going on that you're talking about?
The former president, Donald J. Trump, knew everything that was going on during the planning of the inaugural. He was very much involved in the day-to-day activity. He loved it. And Melania was as well. You know, when they said that they had no knowledge of how the finances were spent, as well as no involvement in the inaugural, that's just not true. And the facts, again, Chris, it's in the documentation.
And you believe that this is a reflection of how the president would have had contact about his own business dealings at the Trump Organization, that what Weisselberg knew, Trump knew, and also that the way you see his family responding to questions in the depositions, you believe shows a pattern as well. How so?
This is a pattern of the Trump family. And if you don't go along with what they want you to go along with, they will accuse you of those things themselves. They speak with such conviction. Their pattern of inflation, their pattern of you know, self-dealings, it is consistent over and over. And it's obvious when you've been where I was and seeing it happen as a witness firsthand, there's no doubt that this is something that goes on all the time.